guys, Casey here again. Today I'll give you a glimpse into my past and show you why my feelings toward my birth mom and stepmom are the way they are. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My parents got divorced when I was just 5, and I've always lived with my stepmom, Polly, and my dad in a huge mansion. Since Polly was a successful fashion designer, she had an elegant taste, and my mom, well, let's just say she has a flair for the dramatic. Once when I was 6, I was at the school talent show, and Polly was putting some final touches onto my costume.
You look fantastic! Oh, this is gonna be so much fun!
Oh, thanks, I hope so. I love our teamwork. Just then, Mom burst in, wearing a ridiculous raccoon dress with a cumbersome tail that kept getting in her way and knocking over objects.
Oh, hi there! Your outfit is noticeable.
Oh yes, I know I'm going to sing opera, but I'm afraid people might faint because they might not be able to handle how amazing my voice is. The judges won't be able to resist my stunning outfit.
Ugh, it's not a competition, Mom. But Mom just walked off onto the stage and started singing. She was an opera singer before her marriage, and she did have an incredible voice. But only after 5 seconds of performing, she made a ridiculous dance move and fell to the floor. Polly rushed over to help Mom.
Oh dear, that's really unfortunate, but it could happen to anyone. Here, let me help you fix that.
Oh, you think this can be fixed? If this happened to you, you'd be crying like a baby. Get your hands off me, you stupid woman!
Everyone in the crowd was laughing at Mom, and I felt humiliated, and the incident really affected me because just 2 days later, I ended up picking a fight with some kids and landed in the principal's office.
Casey, I'm really disappointed about the fight today, which is why I've called your mom and stepmom to discuss this.
That's it? So kids fight all the time. Why are we wasting our time here?
He's the principal. Let him talk.
We take any form of aggression very seriously in this school. Can you tell us what happened, Casey?
I got angry at a few kids for making fun of my mom, so I hid their lunches.
Otta Girl serves them right for mocking me in my gorgeous outfit, in fact. Let me teach them a lesson.
With that, Mom left the office and went running to the cafeteria and started screaming.
You think my costume is funny? Have you seen the way you guys dress up? I should be laughing at you because your sense of fashion is a joke.
The kids stared in shock, and some of them even started crying.
You'd be so lucky if you got to wear outfits as magnificent as mine. If I hear you've mocked me again, I'll make sure you're only allowed to wear polka dot socks for the rest of the year.
Well, that's one way to handle it.
The principal called security, who took Mom out while Polly apologized on her behalf. Honestly, I was getting tired of Mom's behavior. She was crazy and embarrassing. I even started making excuses to visit her less often. I loved hanging out with Polly because she was so much more intelligent and sophisticated. Once in 7th grade, I was supposed to visit Mom, but I lied that I was busy working on a school project. Polly and Dad had to go somewhere and they couldn't find a babysitter. I knew Polly would never invite Mom to stay with me, so I had the place to myself and I loved it. But an hour after they left, I got hungry and decided to cook something. While I was taking tomatoes out of the fridge, I slipped, fell, and passed out.
What kind of circus are you running here? You were supposed to be watching her. Unbelievable.
We didn't know she'd be cooking while we were out. It was an accident. Let's focus on Casey's well-being now.
Huh. You two couldn't take care of a cactus, let alone a child. I'm gonna tell everyone about this.
Casey is doing fine. The burn is major though. Her arms and legs are really hurt and she'll need some weeks to recover.
Great! Can we see her now?
Of course.
Not you. You've done enough, you dumb witch.
Mom burst into my room, threw herself on my bed, and started crying like a hyena. That entire week as I recovered, Mom constantly fought with Polly until Dad decided it was better for Polly not to visit me at all. But that was nothing compared to the half day I discovered my mother had filed for custody. And worse, she'd won it. Suddenly, I had to live with Mom instead of Dad and Polly, and it was really tough on all of us, especially me, because now I had to deal with her constant craziness. So, when they invited me over to dinner one day, I was over the moon. It was their anniversary, and I wanted to look my best, but my scars were still fresh. So even though it was pretty hot, I chose a long-sleeved outfit. Just as I was ready to leave, Mom walked into my room.
You're wearing that in this heat? You must be boiling.
I feel fine in it, don't worry.
Fine, suit yourself, but don't blame me if you're uncomfortable all night.
Feeling fairly confident, I arrived at Dad's place, and Polly immediately pulled me into a hug, and she didn't comment on my outfit even once. I won't lie. It was uncomfortable to wear full sleeves, and even kids at school gave me crazy looks for dressing up like that, but some of them were nice. I even made some new friends, but there was no one I was really close to. I think God heard me whining because one day after school, I walked into Mom's apartment to find a boy on the couch playing with some toys. Mom, who's this?
Oh, right. I forgot to tell you this is your half-brother Ethan. His dad had custody, but he's been really sick lately. He's asked me to take care of Ethan for a while.
My what?
You're my sister! I'm so happy to see you!
He hugged me, but I just stood there dumbfounded. I had a half-brother and Mom kept it for me all this time. Mom, how could not tell me about this before? Does Dad know? Mom, I'm talking to you. Get off your freaking phone.
Oh my God. Do I have to tell you everything? You know now. Anyway, I'm tired. You two get to know each other.
After the initial shock subsided, I realized it wasn't Ethan's fault that Mom had kept him a secret from me. Having him around actually brought some unexpected joy into our home. One day, Ethan and I were in the living room playing a game. All right, let's see your best chicken moves. He got up and started doing the most awkward, hilarious. We were having a great time, and then Mom walked in.
What is all that noise?
Just a little chicken action! Mom, wanna join?
Mom was hesitant for a moment, then decided to give it a try. She started flapping her arms and attempted a few clumsy dance moves, but suddenly she lost her balance and fell, hitting her head on the coffee table. Mom, are you okay? We rushed to help her up, and after a visit to the doctor, it turned out she had a mild concussion and needed to rest for a week. Ethan and I spent the week bonding over board games, movies, and even more silly dance sessions.
Living with Dad was kind of tough. He's always busy, and I've had to move schools a lot.
That sounds hard, Ethan.
Yeah, but I've always admired you. I wished I could be part of your life. Dad once told me about you, actually, and I made a secret account on Instagram and started following you.
I wish I'd known about you earlier, but I'm so glad you're here now. From then, our bond grew stronger, and it really felt like we were becoming a family. That is, till one day, Mom decided we needed family bonding time, so she planned a trip to the beach. Despite the heat, I was wearing long pants and a light jacket. I could feel stares from other people at the beach, but I didn't care. My scars were my business and no one else's. But when Dad and Polly showed up, Mom lost it.
Heck! Who invited you? What are you doing here?
I did. They're part of my life too, and I want them here.
This is unbelievable. You always find a way to ruin everything.
No, Mom. You're the one who's always causing drama. For once, can't we all just enjoy a day at the beach? Despite my best efforts, Mom refused and continued to throw a tantrum. Eventually, Dad, Polly, and Ethan and I decided to leave her on the beach and enjoy the day on her own. A few hours later, when Ethan and I got home, we found the apartment turned into a weird tribute to Mom's opera career. Everything was covered with her performance, posters, reviews, costumes, and props, and Mom was sitting there in another ridiculous outfit. Why was she always so attention-seeking?
You're back. I hope you had a great day at the beach with your little family.
What's all this, Mom?
It's a reminder of who I am, who the real star of this family is. You think you can just live your life without recognizing my greatness? Think again.
Just then, I caught Ethan's eye and we both burst out laughing at the absurdity at the scene. But Mom wasn't the least bit amused. She started singing and wouldn't stop for hours, and finally Ethan called Dad to come and take us, and we both left with him. We stayed at Dad's for a few weeks, and Mom tried contacting me several times, but I never responded. I was done with her craziness. As months went by, life seemed to get back to normal with Polly and Dad, and I was happy. And one day, I received a mysterious Instagram message from an account with no profile picture asking me to meet them. The person was claiming to be some long-lost sibling of mine. I thought it was a prank, but the person kept sending messages and begging for a chance to talk. So after talking it over with Polly and Dad, I decided to give it a shot. What did I have to lose, right? I arranged to meet the anonymous person at the cafe, and even Polly and Ethan came along. We were nervous but curious. When I finally saw who it was, my mind went blank. It was a girl, and she looked so much like me and Ethan.
Hi, I'm Alex. I know this sounds crazy, but I think we're siblings.
You too? How are we just hearing about you?
Our mom didn't want me to have any contact with you. I've been living with my dad and stepmom, and I only recently did some digging and found out about you guys. I've been looking for you two for a while now.
My dad told me too that it's Mom who didn't want me to know about you, Casey.
You know what, guys? We're going to talk to her right now. Come with me. With that, we took off for her mom's place to confront her. When we got there, she was shocked to see all her kids in one place, and then she started crying like a banshee. I tried to make her calm and sat her down. Mom, just tell us why.
You already know why, Casey. I clearly have some issues and can't take care of 3 children. I'm getting therapy, I swear. And it's not even the first time. I just didn't want my kids growing up with some weird, embarrassing psycho mom, and I knew they had nice families. Ethan lived with his dad and Alex too. I wasn't around, but I always knew how my kids were doing.
But you clearly chose to raise Casey and be a part of her life. She had a better life knowing who her real mom is.
Oh, honey, what better life? She's the miserable one dealing with a crazy mom like me. She's my oldest, and it was hard to be away from her. But with you two, I had more courage and more people to support my decision. What I did is unforgivable, and I hope you understand me.
We were all speechless, and Ethan was crying. Alex looked like she would burst into tears any moment too, but Mom looked worse. You should have just told us, Mom. It would have been nice to know my siblings.
I'm so sorry, but I'll try to make it up to you all. Speaking of which, I found a really good skin doctor, Casey, and he said he can fix your arms and legs so you can finally wear some decent clothes. Polly can help you.
We all burst into laughter while still in tears. That was Mom for us. We decided to put everything behind us and give Mom a chance. It was a hard decision, but with our parents' love and support, we had hope for a better future. Set boundaries with those who harm you. Trust in a real chosen family. Insist on honesty over secrecy. Take control of your life, and forgive while still protecting yourself.
Hi, I'm Emily from a small town in Texas. Please like and subscribe. Ever since I was practically a baby, I dreamed of having a pony. I had pony dolls and drew pictures of ponies and watched as many movies and television shows about ponies as I could. Mama, look at that beautiful pony.
Look at the pretty outfit on the lady riding the pony.
My older sister Trish didn't share my love for ponies at all, and my parents weren't very enthusiastic about getting me one either. But we have so much space. I promise I'll never ride it too far.
Emily, you're too little. Besides, horses are very expensive and riding can be dangerous.
Your mom's right. Why can't you be interested in playing with your dolls like your sister?
Our house was away from the city, and it had a big yard and even an old barn which could be used as a stable. It was the perfect place to keep a pony, but they just wouldn't let me. Even though I was a couple of years younger than my sister, our birthdays were on the same day of the year. It was so irritating because I wanted to have a birthday of my own, but it always felt more like her birthday instead of mine, I guess because she'd been around longer.
Happy birthday, Trish. Oh, and you too, Emily.
In celebration of my 8th birthday and Trish's 10th, Dad surprised us by bringing home a beautiful horse. Oh my goodness, it's a pony. You finally got me a pony. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Now hold on there, this horse is for both of you girls. Trish will take riding lessons first, and then you can have your turn when you're older, Emily.
You want me to ride that big, scary, dirty animal? But
Horse riding's great, honey. It may seem awful to you now, but trust me, you'll love it once you get the hang of it.
I don't have a problem with this horse. I love him already. Just tell me, when's my turn?
While Trish takes riding lessons, you need to care for the horse, so you learn how to be responsible because you're so little.
So maybe in a year or two.
In a year or two? That's so unfair. Trish didn't even want a horse, and she gets to start riding right away? I felt like Cinderella, cleaning up and preparing the feed for the horses for more than a year while my sister rode around like a snooty little princess. Actually, it was Trish. After just her first year of riding, she started entering competitions, and I still hadn't had my chance. So one night I decided to take things into my own hands. I snuck out late and saddled the horse, then climbed onto it. Giddy up, let's go! Yay! But no sooner had I made one lap around the yard that Trish ran out in front of us.
what are you doing, Emily? You have no training. You'll hurt yourself.
Horsey! Calm down, boy. But the horse was really agitated and threw me off balance. Trish let out a piercing scream, and my parents came running out.
What's going on here?
I looked up at Trish, my eyes pleading with her to side with me and pretend like she was the one who'd taken out the horse for a ride. But of course she did not.
Are you crazy? You shouldn't have been riding without taking lessons first. It's dangerous.
You were out here riding, Emily? You could have been badly hurt. How could you sneak out like that behind our backs?
If you would let me take lessons in the first place, I wouldn't have had to sneak out.
You're clearly still not responsible enough to start riding.
What? What are you saying?
I'm saying we should wait at least another year for your lessons.
No, you're the worst. I'm not going to be my sister's mate forever, while she gets to live my dream.
You don't have a say here. You're still a child.
She was right, I had no say and my tantrums went ignored. Even though I wasn't allowed to ride, I still loved that horse. So I kept taking care of it and watching my sister from behind the scenes, competing in rodeos and winning big shiny trophies and medals. One day before one of Trisha's rodeo competitions, I was brushing down the horse and singing to it when suddenly this boy who was one of the competitors started playing along with his guitar. I was a little embarrassed, but it was magical at the same time.
Hey, I'm Josh. I hope it's okay that I just started playing. Your singing was really pretty, and I just couldn't help myself.
No, it was perfect. Usually horses are my only audience, but I liked having someone else to sing to. He was a couple of years older than me, but that didn't matter. I could feel the connection between us. It was like electricity.
If you want, I can teach you to play guitar.
Oh, that would be wonderful, but I couldn't ask you to do that. I'm sure you're very busy.
You didn't ask, I offered. Besides, you tend to meet the same people a lot on the rodeo circuit, and I'd like to look forward to meeting you in each new city.
Spending time with Josh and learning to play guitar was so much fun. I almost didn't even mind my parents ignoring me or being my sister's servant anymore. Well, I did, but not as much. When I was 15, we went to a huge rodeo in Nashville. I'd never seen such big, beautiful stages and sparkly costumes in my life, but it all turned out to be a bit overwhelming for Trisha's horse. While she was doing a reversed routine during the opening ceremony, the bright lights flashed right in her horse's eyes and blinded it, and the loud voices over the stadium speakers frightened it even more. It started to panic and act up. Watching from the sidelines, I suddenly had an idea. I grabbed a mic and rushed out onto the arena.
Emily, get back. It's too dangerous.
What are you doing, Emily? You'll spook the horse more and get Trish hurt.
I started singing a country song I'd written myself and the whole audience went silent with breathless anticipation. The horse almost immediately started calming down at my voice as if he was entranced by it, and when the song ended, the audience erupted into cheers and applause. I was requested to sing another song and everyone loved it. After the rodeo was over, a man in a suit approached me.
Hi, Emily. I'm a big record executive here in Nashville, and I think you could be the biggest country music star ever.
Wow, really?
Yes, really.
My parents weren't thrilled at the idea, but the record executive convinced them by saying I could perform at the same places we were already going to for rodeo shows. So they agreed. But Josh seemed really excited for me and gave me a big hug.
Thank goodness he acted fast and saved your sister like that, and I'm so proud of you for getting that recording contract.
I blushed at the compliment as we pulled apart. Our faces were close, and I felt this was the moment we were going to share our first kiss. But then suddenly something horrible happened.
Well, I'm glad this show's over.
Trish, I was so worried for you.
Josh hugged Trish tight, then they kissed. I was shocked. It was like reality had shattered into a million pieces, and down was up and up was down. It didn't make sense. And then I was so angry I could spit nails. I felt like fire was running through my veins and I wanted to shoot lasers out of my eyes. Get away from him! Witch!
What?
How could you steal my boyfriend, Trish, right in front of my face?
You're what? Emily, when did I ever say I was your boyfriend?
You implied it. I mean, I think you did. There's clearly a connection between us.
There's clearly been some confusion, but I don't want to get in the middle of sisters. I don't think I can be around either of you. I'm sorry.
Josh, wait.
I hope you can both work things out. Goodbye.
As Josh left, I turned furiously to Trish. Haven't you stolen enough from me already? Did you have to take him too? She just gaped at me like a fish, like I was the one who'd done something wrong. I cried all that night, and I refused to talk to Trish for months. Fortunately, singing and writing songs kept me so busy that I didn't have time to keep dwelling on how Trish had betrayed me, and I poured most of my anger and hurt into my lyrics. I recorded my first album, and when it was released, it debuted at the top of the charts. I was famous overnight. My face was all over billboards, and people were always stopping me in public to get my autograph. I even started a vlog on social media and instantly got millions of followers. By the time I was 16, I was world famous and had more money than my parents ever had, so I decided to move out on my own. My parents tried to stop me.
I forbid you to move out. You are still a child. And two?
What? Too little? You've been telling me that my entire life and it's never been true. I am not too little. I've achieved big things and have even bigger dreams. I have my own money now and I'm going to live my own life exactly the way I want.
As long as you are still legally a minor, you're living under our roof, under our rules.
That's what he thought. By that time, I had my own agent manager Anne's legal team. They helped me get legally emancipated. I bought my own house, and I finally had a beautiful horse for myself. I paid for my own lessons and even rode the horse during some of my live concerts. Months later, my latest concert tour brought me back to my hometown. After performing on opening night, I walked out of the venue's back entrance to find a girl crying in the alley. It was Trish. Trish, what are you doing here?
Emily, I wasn't expecting to run into you.
Strange, because if you didn't want to run into me, you shouldn't have come to my concert. And why are you crying? Not that I care, I'm just curious.
I came because I wanted to see you perform, but seeing you on the stage and living out your dreams just made me a bit sad. Mom and Dad are making me go out on the rodeo circuit again.
What an ungrateful diva. She'd gotten everything she wanted plus everything I wanted. So why are you complaining? I had to go find another dream because you took mine away and now you're crying about it.
Emily, I never wanted to ride a horse in the first place. How do you not remember that? I wanted to play with makeup and design dresses. Mom and Dad made me take lessons so I could be a good example for you.
I'm sure all of their attention and winning those awards didn't hurt.
My medals and trophies mean nothing to me, and her parents were suffocating me with attention. I couldn't get a second myself. I wished I could just hang out in the stables like you for just one day.
You wished you were like me. Oh, I see. Maybe that explains why you tried to steal Josh from me.
I didn't even know he was your boyfriend. I don't think he knew that either. Are you sure you didn't just misread some signs?
I don't know, maybe I did. It was beginning to dawn on me that I'd been kind of self-absorbed and jumped to conclusions too fast. And maybe my sister wasn't that horrible. She just didn't have the strength to fight for her dreams like I did. Trish, I'm sorry I judged you so harshly, but you really can't spend the rest of your life doing something you don't love. You need to stand up to Mom and Dad and I'll come with you. My parents were shocked to see me, and even more surprised when I told them Trish wouldn't be competing in rodeos anymore.
That's not your decision, Emily.
You're right, it's not. It's Trish's decision, and you're not being good parents by keeping your kids away from their dreams. You already drove one daughter away. Do you want to drive Trish out of your lives too by being so bullheaded? For the first time in my life, my parents were speechless and were actually listening to what I had to say.
We thought we were doing the best for both of you. You were always on the smaller side, and I was terrified to let you go for something risky like horse riding.
And Trish was so good at it, we thought she'd be more successful than she would be. A fashion. I can see that we were wrong and we're sorry.
It's okay, Dad.
Love and understanding within a family are the keys to healing all wounds. Don't compare or impose, because everyone has their own path to shine. Hi, my name is Awena from Chicago. Please like and subscribe. My mom had me when she was in her final year of drama school. Growing up, Dad wasn't around much and eventually left when I was just 4. For me, my mom was everything and I absolutely adored her. Since my mom was the most gorgeous woman, people used to think we were sisters. She was gorgeous and I guess I got my good looks from her. One time when I was 7, Mom and I went to the mall and were having lunch in the food court and a waiter asked for her number.
You look like you're in high school, baited kid, or else I'll tell your manager. A mom and a daughter can't have lunch in peace.
After lunch, while we were strolling around, we saw a dance competition. I joined the competition at my mom's suggestion, even though I had never danced before, and to my surprise, I won. When the people started taking pictures of me and told my mom how I looked like Moana, Mom was over the moon.
I know, right? I'm so going to make her a star.
When we got home, I asked Mom about what she had said that morning. Mommy, like the stars in the sky or like the ones on my dress?
A movie star, sweetie.
From there on, Mom focused all her energy into making me a star. In school, I was always in plays, and one time, the school organized a play about a princess and a wit, and my teacher decided to give others a chance to come forward and made me the Wicked Witch instead of princess. But guess what? I aced that role too. Mom was so proud of me, but she wanted me to focus only on my acting career, so she started to homeschool me and hired acting tutors. They'd give me long scripts to memorize, and it would just exhaust me. Mom also wanted me to focus on maintaining an ideal weight, and she wouldn't let me eat any junk food, and worse, no ramen noodles, which was my favorite.
It's for the best, my love. Remember a moment on the lips, forever on the hips.
Oh, that wasn't all. Mom also had the knack of embarrassment and stress me out.
No, it's not Giacho. It's pronounced Giacho. What am I paying you for?
Mom, please. He is Italian. You know, I think you should let the professional do his job.
But he's not doing it right. The audition is tomorrow, and we have so little time left to perfect your Italian accent.
Well, the teachers stormed out and I was left to practice with Mom. The next day, I was pretty nervous because I had a lot of trouble remembering my Italian lines. Right when I decided to have another look at the script, I realized it was gone. Just then I spotted a girl looking really sneaky. It was Chloe. She used to be my friend when I started out my career, but the more roles I got, the more she hated me and she didn't even try to hide it. We were always up against each other. For every advertisement, I followed her and what I saw made me scream. Chloe threw my script into the trash. What are you doing?
So you're not just bad at acting, you also have bad eyesight. I'm getting rid of it, duh. I want this role. I hate it when my mom keeps comparing me to you. I am better than you.
Oh, this witch, I wanted to slap her. Of course she compares me to you. I'm good at what I do, unlike you jealous two-faced witch. Chloe stormed off angrily, and while chasing after her, I bumped into a man, almost making him drop his camera. He noticed I was in tears and then I told him what happened.
Whoa, didn't know she was a nasty player, huh? You know what?
Just then he pulled out the script and gave it to me. He was the camera person for the advertisement and had the script with him. As I was practicing, I noticed him setting up the camera and couldn't stop staring. He then showed me how to set it up and even shot a video as I watched. And that was the day I knew I loved being behind the camera more than in front of it. Time flew by, and on my 18th birthday, I received the best news ever. After the party, while cleaning up, I heard the sound of glass breaking and my mom screaming in the kitchen. Mom, what's wrong? Are you hurt?
You got it. Oh my god, you got it.
Mom, slow down.
You got the audition for Elijah film.
Elijah Miller's film? The most award-winning director? I'm a huge fan of his. I couldn't believe it. I guess it was the first time I felt like I could really be a star. Really hard, and seeing me so focused, Mom looked pretty happy.
There is no way you aren't getting this role.
Mom, I am excited but don't get my hopes up.
Why shouldn't I always have your eye on the prize? Got it.
A day before the audition, I felt very stressed, so I took my camera and stepped out to get some fresh air. I bought the camera after an audition years ago. I began shooting videos every time I felt overwhelmed with the stress of auditions, but the most I did was make reels and put it up on Instagram under a different account. The videos did very well and many people appreciated my work and even suggested I send it to filmmakers. But I had to focus on becoming an actor. Mom's dream and all. The day of my audition had finally arrived. I was shaking with excitement and nerves. Mom was there as always to support me on this big day. We suddenly saw some of the actors run with their friends and family members towards the door. My eyes almost popped out of my socket when I saw the Elijah Miller walk in. What happened next? Dropped my jaw on the floor.
Sachin?
Oh my god, Elijah, it's been a long time. You still remember me.
My mother knew Elijah Miller? What the heck? They kept talking and laughing like they've known each other for years. And they did. Turns out Elijah studied at the same school as Mom and knew each other. She then introduced me to him, and I tried my best not to throw up, scream, and cry all at the same time.
Awena, it's nice to finally meet you. The last time I saw you was when you were a baby.
It's nice to meet you too. I'm a big fan of your work. Elijah Miller saw me as a baby. What? Okay, Mom talks about everything under the sun to me, and she keeps this important information to herself. But oh my god, Elijah Miller knows me. Mom sent me away so she could talk to Elijah. As I walked towards the room, I felt someone's leg before I tripped and fell screaming in pain. Everyone came rushing towards me and I noticed my ankle was beginning to swell up. It was that snake again, Chloe.
Oh my god, Awena, are you alright? How dare she?
And then I heard Mom yell like crazy and soon Chloe was taken away.
Looks like everyone saw her trip me. Let me go. She's always taking my roles.
Wow, I didn't know she hated me that much. Mom helped me up and took me to the room where my audition was taking place. Even though I tried to do my best given the situation, I still felt on edge and began stuttering. Mom then suddenly walked up to Elijah.
She is good, trust me, it's just the foot, just let her finish.
And then Elijah did the most weird thing. He handed Mom my script.
I trust you, Sachin. After all, she is your daughter.
Well, the audition went well, or so I thought, but days had gone by and I stopped waiting by the phone to hear news about my audition. I had almost given up hope, but one day, when Mom and I were watching a movie at home, her phone rang and she went ultrasonic after she cut the call.
Awena.
Mom, words?
You got a role in Elijah movie.
You're kidding, right? I'm sure I ruined it.
No, you didn't, but it isn't the one you auditioned for. They said someone else got that and you got the other one, which is like the second lead.
Mom, it doesn't matter. I get to act. In Elijah's movie, Mom and I were screaming our lungs out when the doorbell rang and Elijah walked in. What is he doing here?
Sorry for showing up unannounced. I just wanted to personally give the good news.
We just got the call about Awena being cast in the movie.
Oh yes, congratulations, Awena, but that's not what I'm here for. Sachin, I have decided to cast you for the lead role. I know you didn't audition, but...
What the what?
Exactly, Elijah, I didn't audition.
But I want you for the role, only you.
Oh my, really? Awena isn't that great?
I felt so hurt and betrayed, and when Elijah left, I spat. You're kidding, right? You can't take this role.
Why not?
I can't believe this. I walked away from Mom and ignored her for days. My anger towards this whole whole situation was just increasing. One day, when I went out to clear my mind with my camera while I was recording for my video, I was surprised to see Elijah appear in the frame. He was sitting in the restaurant with my mom. Here I was struggling with my sprained ankle, feeling guilty, betrayed, and used because of her. And she's having lunch dates with him. I cannot believe her. The minute she reached home after her date with Elijah, I exploded. How could you? This is why you came along with me to the audition. You wanted it all along. You put this big dream over my head for years just to snatch it away.
Honey, what are you talking about? There's some misunderstanding. Awena, you know I would never do that. It's always been my dream to see you become a big star. Why would I?
Yeah, right. Your dream to see yourself become the star, not me. You are a selfish person. You used me to get this audition, and now you're flirting with Elijah to get this role. The role you prepared me for all these years. You know something? I didn't even want to be an actor. I wanted to do it for you, to make you proud.
But Awena, honey, I thought you liked it. Why didn't you ever tell me you weren't into this?
Oh, forget about it. I wish I left with Dad. Maybe then I wouldn't have been used like this. The second the words left my mouth and I saw my mom's face, my heart broke, but the feeling of betrayal overpowered me. Days passed by, and every time I saw Mom around the house, I would walk the opposite way. She tried to talk to me and would get me food, but I ignored all of it. One day, I decided to stay out the entire day. I didn't want to see her face and say awful things to her again. Great, I'm still thinking about how she'll feel. As I was busy recording some videos, I saw a car with tinted windows slow down next to me. Like my life wasn't bad enough, and now I have some creep who might kidnap me. Right as I was about to try and run, the window rolled down and I saw Elijah smiling at me. He offered to drop me home and I accepted only because of my sprained ankle.
So, still angry at Mom?
How did he know?
That day I wasn't exactly out of the house yet when you... Anyway, I wanted to tell you that it's not Sachin's fault, you know. This was her role from the beginning.
Her role. And then Elijah told me the most shocking thing. He has always had an elephant-sized crush on Mom since school, and he wrote this script with her in mind. He asked Mom several times to act in the film, but she kept denying, and when she agreed, she found out she was having me.
I told her that she can do this role after you were old enough as well, but she said being an actor wasn't her dream anymore. You were. But I never stopped trying. I even met her one afternoon to convince her, but she said no. Looks like I'll have to scrap the idea to ever make this movie.
I was in a state of shock and felt extremely guilty. As soon as we reached home, I thanked Elijah and rushed inside straight to Mom and hugged her.
Awena, where have you been?
Mom, I am so sorry for saying such awful things.
It's fine, honey. You were angry and I understand. I'm sorry too, but I want to tell you that I didn't take the role. I don't want anything to come between us, ever.
But you have to take the role. It's been yours from the beginning. I know Elijah told me everything. He won't do the movie without you.
But honey, I can't.
No buts. Now please let Elijah know before he announces it publicly that the movie is scrapped.
Okay, but let's first have this.
Mom then gave me a bowl of steaming ramen noodles and I almost screamed with happiness. The next morning, Mom contacted Elijah to let him know that she would take the role. Elijah even offered me the role of an intern so I would learn more about filmmaking. A few years after the movie, Elijah asked Mom to marry him and she said yes. And me, I went to film school and got a degree in filmmaking. But before I finish the story, I want to remind you that throwing away other people's things is not okay. We must respect each other's privacy. Hi, my name is Laurel, and my dad's a famous Hollywood star and a crazy one. Even though he gave me everything a little girl could dream of, there was something I wanted more than anything else in the world. But before continuing the story, please like and subscribe. On my 5th birthday, when Dad asked me what I wanted for a present, I said I wanted a mommy.
Oh what? Who taught you the M word?
Dad, I'm 5, not stupid. Everyone has a mommy.
But I'm your mom. I've looked after you ever since you were a baby. Why do you want a mom when I'm your dad? How about I take you to Disneyland instead?
I want a mommy.
You're being ridiculous. Besides, I don't even know who your mommy is.
What do you mean, Daddy?
I dated a bunch of women at the same time. I really don't know who the mother is. I just found you at my door one day, but I had the DNA test and you are for sure my own daughter.
I didn't really understand what he was saying, but after that day he started distracting me with the craziest trips and presents so that I'd forget all about the M word. As if on Mother's Day, the kindergarten teacher told everyone to make cards for their moms. Well, hello! How rude! I don't have one, but I didn't let it bother me and decided to make a poster instead. Mom wanted for cute daughter, a famous actor. My teacher thought it was really funny, so when I went home, I told my social media manager to post a picture of it on my Insta account. The next day, I woke up to Dad yelling,
Laurel, why are there a woman outside with CV to be my wife?
I ran to the window and sure enough, there was a whole crowd of women outside the house. Dad had to call on security to get rid of them. He was really mad about my little stunt. But the next day when I came home from school, Dad was sitting with a very pretty woman. As soon as she saw me, she threw her arms around me and started to cry.
I'm your mom, of course. I'm so sorry I left you. You don't even recognize your own mother now?
I suddenly felt overwhelmed with emotions and hugged her back. Are you really my mommy? Where were you? I missed you so much. Even wear your necklace every day.
Oh, darling, I saw your ad and I just couldn't stay away from you anymore.
Dad told me Mom was his girlfriend when he started acting right after college. She'd been too poor to keep me, so she left me with him, but now she was back. Over the next few months, I was busy making up for all the time I'd lost with Mom. Since Mom was a struggling actress, we spent a lot of time watching movies and playing dress up. But then things started to change. Dad helped Mom get a movie and then another, and soon enough, she was too busy for me. But then one day when I was in the 4th grade, she forgot to pick me up again, and I felt really mad. I was about to walk back home in the rain when someone stopped me.
Where's your mom, sweetie?
I looked up. It was Miss Maisel. She has started teaching here just recently and was the prettiest teacher in the world. I don't know. She forgot to pick me up again. When we called Mom, her secretary said,
"We're on our way to the Bahamas for an important shoot. Ask your teacher to drop you."
When Miss Maisel dropped me at my door, I told her to wait and meet my dad. He'll give you his autograph, and if you're lucky, maybe a kiss too. But when I came back with Dad, she was gone. That night, I stayed up making a thank you card for her. But when I went to school the next day, the other teacher said she had moved. I was bombed the whole day at school. But when I got home, I had the craziest surprise waiting for me. I could hear yelling and screaming from inside the house.
No, you wish. You're a liar.
Takes one and no one.
I rushed in to find Mom and Dad fighting while a woman sat in the corner crying. The minute she saw me, she jumped up and hugged me.
My baby. Look at her all grown up now.
I tried to push her away, but she just clung to me and started bawling.
I'm your mama. Believe me, she's lying. You remember me, don't you?
Both my mom started fighting and I ran up to Dad. What's going on? Who's that and why is she calling herself my mom? Dad said this was his college girlfriend and first through love, but they'd broken up just before he started dating my actress mom.
Darling, tell her to get out. You know I'm Laurel's mom.
Oh, please, it's me. Remember the love we had?
Dad turned red and looked dazed and threw up his hands.
I don't care. You will stay. Let Laurel pick her mom. I already have a girlfriend.
With that, he barged out of the room and both the woman turned to me with blazing eyes and gulped and stepped back. Uh-oh. For the next few days, I was super confused. I had not one but two mothers and they were both determined to show me who loved me more. I suggested to take the DNA test, but Dad refused and said,
Well, your mom is the one who loves you more.
I started to feel that my dad was crazy and he was enjoying this, and things got really crazier. Every morning, I'd wake up to not one, but two amazing breakfasts. My new mom owned a salon and whisked me off to manicures and makeovers, which made my old mom feel really insecure. So she was now taking me out to fancy cafes and shopping sprees. I was loving all this mom-daughter time. One day when I was in the 7th grade, my old mom came to me and asked if I wanted to play dress-up with her. Mom, I'm not 4 anymore. I'm 13.
Yeah, you're right. How about we go to one of my parties?
Are you for real?
Yes.
Absolutely not. My daughter is not going to go to some adult party.
What? No, I'm going with my mom.
I am your mom.
No, you're not. I am.
Before I knew it, they were at each other's throats again. Gosh, will you two just stop? I'm getting really tired of this. I stormed off to my room and slammed the door. But on my very first day of high school, I saw someone I thought I'd never see again. Miss Maisel. I ran up to her, almost afraid she'd have forgotten me. But the minute she saw me, she hugged me tight. He just laughed. I thought I'd never see you again.
Well, I'm back, and now you'll see me every day because I'm your principal.
I don't know who says high school sucks, but mine had just started out pretty great. I was friends with the principal already. Everybody in class seemed to be really friendly too, especially the boys. By the end of the day, I've been asked out by the captain of the swim team, Brad, and I wasn't complaining. I started spending a lot of my free time with Miss Maisel in her office, and she would sometimes help me with schoolwork. She was rather appalled when she saw just how bad my grades were.
Don't your mom and dad say anything?
No, my mom's and dad says I don't need to study a word.
We'll see about that. Missy, you need to work harder and spend less time with that Brad.
Who is she? My mom? On the day of the prom, Dad asked me why I look so excited. I'm going to prom with the captain of the swim team.
What? No, you can't date any boy. No daughter of mine is dating a jock and coming home pregnant.
But Dad, it's just a dance.
I said, no, I'll be watching you.
And he wasn't kidding. He practically set up camp at the front door. As I was thinking about how to escape that evening, suddenly, both my moms came into my room.
Your dad's being stupid. Every girl deserves to go to her prom.
We're going to help you, sweetie.
Mom 2 gave me the cutest dress and great makeover. And then Mom 1 put her acting skills to good use. She went to the kitchen, let out a shrill scream, and pretended to faint while Dad went running to her. I slipped out the door and ran off, grinning. My moms were the best. When I walked into the hall, I instantly had boys swarming over and asking me to dance. Thanks, but I'm here with Brad. Guys.
Are you sure? I think he's here with someone else.
Just then, I caught sight of Brad with his arms around the cheerleading captain and he was kissing her. I pulled them apart and demanded to know what was going on.
What do you mean?
You are my boyfriend. Why is your face stuck to her face?
I don't know. I don't like you.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, you're cute and rich and an actor's daughter, but I don't know. I like her better.
I was furious. You horrible, horrible jerk. As I was busy pulling his hair, I heard Miss Maisel say,
"What is the meaning of this, Laurel?"
Immediately, I let him go and turned to her, angry tears streaming down my face.
What wrong?
Just back off. What are you, huh? My mom? I rushed past her to the bathroom. I felt like such a fool. A minute later, Miss Maisel joined me. I looked at her and burst into tears as I told her everything. She told me I could do so much better than a dumb jock like Brad.
Pretty boys can be a pain, really. Look for people who are kind.
After a while, I stopped crying. She had a point. Suddenly, she reached into her bag and offered me a chocolate. That's my favorite. Thanks, Mom. I gasped. Had I just called the principal? Mom? Could I be any lamer? But to my surprise, Miss Maisel suddenly hugged me.
Think of me like your mom, always.
Miss M, I have 2. As I pulled away, my necklace got caught in hers, and then everything came crashing down. The necklace she was wearing was the other half of mine. What the? Why do you have that?
Oh, Laurel, wait, let me explain.
Oh no, don't freaking touch me. You. It's you. You're my mom, aren't you? You lying, horrible woman. I hate you. And with that, I ran home in complete shock. I'd seen her, my mother, and the 2 women who fought over me every single day had both been lying. As soon as I got home, I barged into Dad's room. They are lying. They're both liars and gold diggers, Dad. I saw her, my mother. She has the other half of my necklace. I told him everything and both moms looked like they'd passed out. Dad looked furious.
I knew one of you was lying. That's why I let you stay in my house, but you were both lying.
They both burst into tears telling me they loved me. I told them to save it and turned to Dad. It doesn't matter anymore. You were right all those years ago. Mothers freaking suck. You're my only family, Dad. Just then, the maid announced Miss Maisel was here to see Dad. As she came in, I looked at Dad to see his reaction, and to my shock, he jumped up and hugged her. What? He said she was the sister of his dead college best friend. Dad, it's her. She has a necklace. She's my mom.
Impossible. We never dated.
Of course, we never dated, but you were with my sister for a while, and then you decided you guys were better off as friends, remember? Then she had Laurel, and after she passed away, our mom left Laurel at your door.
Miss Maisel said after a while she'd come looking for me because she promised my real mom she'd look after me.
But I thought telling Laurel would upset her, so I just kept a look from afar. That necklace was something I gifted your mom. That's why I had the second half.
For a minute, Dad and I were stunned, unable to believe what we were hearing. My real mom was gone. I burst into tears. Suddenly, Dad, my 2 moms, and Miss Maisel hugged me, promising to be there for me forever. What was her name?
Your mom's name was Sandra.
I asked for her picture. When I saw her face, I could see how much we looked alike, and it made me miss her even more. Years passed. I moved forward from the loss of never knowing my birth mother and forgave all the people who had lied to me, and today is my wedding. And even though my own mom won't be here to give me away, I have 1 crazy dad and 3 wonderful women who love me very much to do just that. Before we end the conversation, I want to remind you that going outside without permission is not good, and it's very dangerous to go out alone. Personal safety comes first.
Hi, I'm Ian from Canada. Please like and subscribe. I was born in a super rich family who owned a chain of restaurants. We pretty much had everything you could imagine except peace. My dad was a bad-tempered man who threw tantrums over the smallest things. Mom was soft-hearted and hardly ever spoke back. But my biggest problem was my bratty sister. Ariel was 2 years younger than me and 10 times worse than my dad. Once when I was 8, my parents took us to a wedding and I was playing with my cousins when I spotted Ariel being mean to a little boy whose family was poor. She snatched his lollipop and he started crying.
You can't eat that because you're ugly.
Ariel, give it back now.
No.
Just then, the boy's mom came and started shouting at Ariel, who went screaming to Dad and to him, and of course, he defended her.
How dare you yell at my daughter? She's saying the lollipop is hers and she would never steal from anyone.
But Dad, I was right here. I saw her.
Ian, this is your sister and you should be on her side, not this poor boy's.
Dad and Ariel were like two peas in a pod, and it was no wonder that he loved her more than me, and she always found a way to get me into trouble. Like in the 5th grade when Ariel joined my school, my parents asked me to look out for her on her first day, and I did exactly believe that. But as we were waiting for our car to pick us up, I suddenly turned around and saw she was gone. I looked for her everywhere in the school, but I couldn't find her. Feeling panicked, I had a school teacher call my parents, and soon after they arrived, Ariel came running from somewhere and flew into my dad's arms.
Mommy, Daddy, Ian Lucky in the storeroom. I was so scared.
I was stunned at how wicked she was. What? No, I didn't. Stop lying, Ariel. She cried even louder and Dad started yelling at me, but thankfully Mom took my side.
Calm down, Steve. Maybe he's telling the truth.
Ariel is only 7 years old. I don't think she knows how to lie yet. It's him.
I was grounded for a whole month because of the stunt of my sister pulled. She grew up to be the same wicked witch, and I became quiet and withdrawn from my family. I focused on doing well at school, and since I loved computers, I spent a lot of time teaching myself about them. I always thought it was a nerd, so I was surprised when I started getting attention from girls in the 10th grade. Even Ariel's friends were always staring at me and giggling, which was kind of creepy. One evening when I was studying for a big test, Ariel had some friends over, and they were playing music so loudly that I could hardly focus. I decided to go for a run, but just as I was changing my shirt, a girl flung open the door and stood staring at me.
Oops, I thought this was the bathroom.
You've been to our house before, and wouldn't you still knock?
You're so funny.
She giggled for no reason, and then Ariel came up behind her grinning.
Where are you off to?
Running away because you girls are so noisy.
We'll be quiet only if you agree to date my friend here.
What? Not doing that? I'm sure she's just like you. I ran away from there as fast as I could, but when I returned, I found Ariel crying in my room. Such a drama queen. Why can't you cry in your own room?
My best friend has been so depressed since her parents got divorced, and she's always crying and sniffling, and it's so annoying. Her puffy eyes are so ugly they can't be seen with her. So please date her and cheer her up just once.
I reluctantly agreed, they both leave me alone after that. So the next day after school, I said I'd meet her friend at a nearby milkshake shop, and when I got there, Ariel was also with her. Weirdest date ever. We ordered her drinks, and then this girl who was in my history class called Elsa came with our milkshakes. Ariel took one sip of her drink and spat it out.
Ooh, I said bubblegum milkshake, not strawberry. Must be extra stupid for getting it wrong.
And then she threw the glass on the floor and told Elsa to clean it up. Have you lost your mind? You can't treat people like this.
Dad is so right about you. Being a softie will get you nowhere, brother. And you stupid girl, don't just stand there. Get me a new milkshake.
You're pathetic. I ran after Elsa to check if she was okay, and I found her crying in the back alley. I'm so sorry about my sister. She's a real piece of work.
Yeah, it's not the first time she's done this.
But you shouldn't allow her to bully you like this.
I have no choice. My boss says customers come first and I can't afford to lose this job. It pays my school fees.
I didn't know much about Elsa because she always hid her face behind her long hair and never spoke in class. And because of what my sister did, I offered to buy her lunch at school. When I sat with her in the cafeteria the next day, the entire school had their eyes on us because this was the first time I was seen with some girl. While we talked, she kept looking down. I lifted her chin up gently and pushed her hair behind her ears. I was amazed at how beautiful she was. Wow, you're lovely. You shouldn't hide your face like that.
Thank you. You're the first person here who's been this nice to me, but I think people are looking at you wondering why some rich and handsome guy like you is sitting with a waitress.
I couldn't care less about what they're thinking, but they're probably all looking at you. I started hanging out with her every day and found myself falling for her fast. I like how Elsa was gentle and soft-spoken, but she also had a fun, quirky side that was adorable. But one evening when I got home, Dad was waiting for me in the living room, with Ariel by his side.
Your sister tells me you're dating some poor girl. Is this true?
Ariel is crazy. How do you judge a person without even knowing where they're from?
Because she's a waitress, stupid.
You're stupid because you keep poking your nose in my business. Just then, Mom walked in after some errands, and Dad told her to make him tea. Mom just walked into the house, and you're already giving her orders.
It's okay, Ian. I don't mind.
No, Mom, it's not okay. These two are always bullying us around, and now they're telling me who I can and can't date.
That's because this girl he likes is a gold digger.
I'm not letting you embarrass us by being with some beggar. What will people think?
That sounds like your problem because I don't care. And guess what? She's coming over for dinner this weekend and you will be nice to her. If you don't agree, Dad, I will drop out of school and move out, and you can find another son to help you with the business. Business. Dad knew that I was smarter than his precious daughter, and he needed me to take over his business one day. So he had no choice but to give in. The next day, when I invited Elsa over, she looked gorgeous and really nervous.
I'm so scared to meet your parents.
Don't worry. We'll be just fine and he'll love you. Mom did seem to, but Dad and Ariel glared at her.
So Ella, is it?
Elsa, sir.
What do your parents do?
I don't have parents. I live with my grandmother and I take care of her.
So basically, you're poor.
Ariel, that's very rude.
I kicked my sister under the table and she cried out angrily and stormed out of the room. Sometime later, Elsa excused herself to go to the bathroom, and Mom told her it was upstairs. She was gone for a while, so I decided to check on her. And I stopped short when I found her in my parents' room opening Mom's jewelry box. Elsa, what are you doing here?
Ian, you startled me. And oh, this isn't what it looks like. I promise your sister came out of your parents' bedroom, shoved this diamond ring in my hand, and told me to leave. She ran off before I could say anything, so I just came here to put it back. I don't know what's going on.
Liar?
We turned around to see Ariel in the doorway.
She's lying. I never gave her the ring. Mom, Dad, we have a thief in the house.
Shut up, Ariel. But the two had already come up running, and Elsa looked scared out of her wits.
Check her bag. I'm telling you, she's a thief.
Ariel suddenly snatched Elsa's back, and as it fell to the ground, a lot of Mom's jewelry fell out. I didn't know what to think.
Gets out of our house before we call the police.
Elsa ran out crying, and I was too shocked to even run after her. If she needed money so badly, she could have asked me for help. There had to be some reason she felt she had to steal. But I never saw her again. She just didn't come to school after that, and when I asked the school admin, they told me she transferred to another school. Ariel and her friend were over the moon.
My friend is still available if you want to date her.
No thank you, and you should focus on school. Your math teacher spoke to me today and told me you're failing badly.
Oh, I'm the most beautiful girl in this school, and I don't think I'm going to use math in my modeling career.
Ariel did fail high school, and for the first time, Dad was so disappointed in her she couldn't get a job anywhere, not even as a model. So she ended up working as a waitress in one of Dad's restaurants where I was the manager. I had so much fun bossing her around. Ariel, the customers are waiting.
Well, do something about it.
I'm the manager. Go see to the customers now.
Daddy, Ian's being mean to me?
He's just doing his job, so please do yours. I'm already doing you a favor because you're not a very good waitress.
Ariel looked ready to explode.
Oh, so Ian's your favorite child now, Dad. How about we tell him about the time you plotted with me to get rid of his girlfriend, Elsa?
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, Dad asked me to slip Mom's jewelry into Elsa's bag. Duh. And he also found out where she lived and gave her grandmother money to take Elsa to another school.
I couldn't believe my ears. I looked at Dad for answers, but he didn't show an ounce of guilt.
Yeah, so I only did it for you. Ian, there are plenty of girls out there, and I didn't want you to be trapped by a poor one.
I quit my job that very moment, and before I moved out of the house, Mom gave me a check for a huge amount of money.
Ian, I've been saving up money secretly for years, and I want you to have this. Use it wisely, son.
Mom, thank you so much, and you're coming with me.
Sweetheart, I have more money saved, and now that you kids are old enough, I'm leaving your father and moving to Bali. It's time I lived my life.
I'm so happy for you, Mom. I used the money to start my own IT company, which became very successful over the years. The only thing missing in my life was love. Then one day at the grocery store, I was standing in line at the counter when I spotted a black-haired girl ahead of me. It was Elsa. Cashier was telling her that her card wasn't working, and she looked really bothered. How much is it? I'll pay. Elsa turned around and stared at me in shock, and then she looked mad.
No need. I'll come and buy these things later.
She left her grocery cart and walked off quickly, and I followed. Elsa, please wait.
Go away, Ian. I don't need your help. I'm not poor now, by the way. Something just went wrong with my card. I know what my family did.
I know. And I'm so sorry. Look, you don't have to forgive me or have anything to do with me. I'd just like to help you out right now. Let me pay, please. She calmed down a bit and we went back inside to clear her bill. Then she briefly thanked me and left, but I just couldn't stop thinking about her for days. A week later, I was watching TV at home when I heard the doorbell, and I was shocked to find Elsa standing there. Elsa, you're the last person I was expecting.
I felt I owed you dinner as a thank you for the other day, and I just wanted to say that I forgive you. Everyone deserves a second chance, right? So here, I'm giving you one.
Her smile made my heart skip a beat, and I gently pushed her hair away from her face. You're still the most beautiful girl I've ever met.
Hi, I'm Alicia, and I'm about to tell you how I met the love of my life. But before we get into that, please like and subscribe. If there's one thing you have to know about me, It's that I wasn't an ordinary little girl. Being raised by a single father who was an ex-army officer does that to you. I had rules, discipline, and responsibility drilled into me since I was very young. And growing up, I found other kids my age really immature.
I don't know why he'd break up with me. I wore the clothes he liked, woke up at 5 every morning to do my hair because he liked them curly, and pretended to love watching wrestling.
Excuse me, but I need to get that muffin.
Can't you see that I'm crying? My boyfriend just broke up with me.
I'm so sorry. You know, it reminds me of the time my dad took me for this obstacle course, and I twisted my ankle so badly. The doctors told me I'd never be able to walk again, but I didn't lose hope. And here I am.
How is that the same thing?
It's not because that was an actual problem, but yours is just a bunch of high school nonsense. Now move your butt, please. Needless to say, I didn't have a lot of friends, and I didn't care either. My life was all sorted out. Graduate school, get into a good college, work and retire. But then I turned 18 and met Arthur. He was a transfer student from Greece, and boy, was he dreamy. The first time I met him was in gym class. We were playing basketball, and I was so lost in looking at him. I totally missed the ball, and it hit me right in the face. I fell on my butt, and Arthur came running.
Are you okay? You're bleeding.
It's nothing. I'm used to much worse. On second thoughts, I might need a doctor. Arthur smiled and carried me to the nurse's office. The entire time I was there, he sat next to me, and later, he dropped me home. We became friends after that, and slowly, I fell for him. He was smart, mature, and sweet. If there was one guy I wanted to date, it was him. So I decided to ask him out, except I didn't know how. So I turned to YouTube for help, and it did not disappoint. Rule number 1, never let your crush know you're interested in him. Avoid eye contact and do not speak at all. The next day, when Arthur waved at me in the hallway, I wrinkled my nose and turned away. He sat next to me in class, but I didn't pay any attention. But then in the cafeteria, he caught up with me.
Are you avoiding me?
Me avoiding you? Oh, don't be silly. I was just really busy thinking about global warming and how it's impacting the fish population. Oh, that reminds me. I have to water my fish. I mean, my plants. I'll see you around. And I just ran before I embarrassed myself further. After that epic failure, I turned to step number 2. Dress up nice and behave like a total diva. And the next morning, it took me 2 hours to get ready. I thought I looked great. Except the moment I entered, everyone started pointing at me and laughing.
Oh my god! Why is she dressed like a peacock?
What is that on her face? Did someone finally punch her for being a know-it-all?
I was so embarrassed, I immediately turned around and ran for the bleachers. I was still sulking when Arthur walked up to me.
If you rub your lips anymore, they're gonna fall off.
This lipstick won't come off. Ugh, it's so annoying.
Let me help you. Also, I'm not saying you don't look good with makeup, but you actually look way prettier without it.
Really? Does that mean you'll go out with me?
Are you serious? I wanted to ask you out for the longest time, but everyone in school told me you're a cold-hearted witch. Cold-hearted girl who hates people.
That's not true. I hate dumb people, there's a difference. So you and I dinner tomorrow?
I'd love to.
My first date with Arthur was perfect, and he told me that his parents were divorced like mine, and he lived with his mom and 9-year-old brother Charlie. We started dating soon after and spent all our time together. People in school were also nicer to me since I was Arthur's girlfriend. And even Dad liked him a lot. Life was just better with him in, until things started getting weird. Some days he would come to school looking like a half-dead zombie, and other days he would skip school altogether. His grades were slipping. We were barely seeing each other, and I knew something was wrong. So one day, when he canceled our date, I went to his place with his favorite ice cream. But when I knocked on the door, some kid opened up. Hi, you must be Charlie. Is your brother around?
Is that ice cream? Gimme it.
Hey, that's not very nice. Say, ma'am, could I please have that tub of ice cream repeat after me?
Sure. Ahem. Ma'am, give me the ice cream or I'll kick you.
And Charlie kicked me on my shin, snatched the tub, and ran away. As I yelled out in pain, Arthur came running downstairs.
Alicia, why didn't you tell me you were coming?
When would I tell you? You hardly talk to me these days.
I know, I'm sorry. It's just that Mom's getting married again. The guy doesn't want Charlie in his life. and Mom loves her stupid boyfriend so much that she decided to move out, leaving me in charge.
Why wouldn't you tell me that before?
Because it's embarrassing and I didn't want to drag you in my mess.
I'm already a part of your mess and we'll get through it together. Okay, I know that was a bit cheesy, but Arthur looked like he was gonna break in a million pieces, and I really wanted to help him. Besides, how bad could a 9-year-old be? Turns out, a lot! Because Charlie was a total devil. He would cry over the smallest things, throw tantrums if he didn't get his way, and would constantly butt into my dates with Arthur. We hardly spent any time alone. I was pretty sure he just hated me. Like, one time, I was waiting for Arthur in his living room, and Charlie kept giving me death stares. Something on my face?
I was just trying to figure out how someone can look like a horse and a camel at the same time.
That's kind of mean, Charlie.
And you're kinda ugly. Anyway, have fun on the date. It won't last long.
And 10 minutes into the date, Arthur got a call from the babysitter that Charlie had locked himself in the washroom, and we had to run back. Then another time, it was Dad's birthday, and I had planned a really cool surprise for him. I'd invited all his old friends from the army. Arthur helped me deck up the place, and I was arranging the cake when Charlie walked up to me.
Oh wow, this cake looks yummy. Give me a piece.
Only after my dad cuts it.
But I'm hungry now.
Then eat something else. There's a whole pizza on the counter.
Are you stupid? I said I want the cake.
Charlie tried to get the cake, but I got in his way. He shoved me away, and I accidentally knocked into the cake, which crashed to the floor.
Whoopsie, guess no one gets to eat it.
What happened? I heard some noise.
Your brother ruined my surprise.
I just asked her to give me some cake.
And I asked you to wait.
Relax, Alicia. We'll get a new cake. I'm sure your dad won't know.
That's not the point, Arthur. Your brother is a spoiled brat. He needs some discipline. You put that kid on a leash or I swear I will.
He's my brother, not some dog I can put a leash on. I know he made a mistake, but he's just a kid, you know what? We'll just leave. We wouldn't want to ruin your evening any more than we have.
Perfect! Arthur took Charlie's hand, and they left. I wanted to stop them, but I was too mad. Later that night, when I calmed down, I realized I might have been too rude and called Arthur up, but he didn't answer. He didn't even show up to school the next day, and neither did Charlie. So I went to his place to talk to him and saw Charlie crying on the porch. What's wrong?
Arthur wasn't here when I woke up this morning, and I don't know where he went.
Did you call him?
He left his phone behind.
Then why didn't you answer when I called? Anyway, don't worry, we'll find him. But till then, you're coming home with me.
No, I don't like you.
You don't have to like me, but I'm not leaving you alone till Arthur gets back.
Ugh, so annoying.
We waited the whole day for Arthur to show up or get in touch, but he didn't. By nightfall, I decided to sleep in the lounge and offered Charlie my room. If you need anything. The next morning, Arthur was still a no-show. I couldn't reach his mom either, and then remembered he told me she was out of the country on her honeymoon. Next, I asked his friends and colleagues, but none of them knew where he was. Eventually, I contacted the police, but even a week later, they had no news of him, and I was worried sick. What could have possibly happened to him? Meanwhile, Charlie refused to go to school or shower. He mostly kept himself locked in my room and reacted rudely to any nice gesture I made. I was losing my mind. So I turned to Dad for help, and he promised he'd get a word out to his colleagues in the army to track Arthur down. I still don't know what to do with Charlie. He shuts me down every time I try to talk to him.
He's been through a lot, Alicia. What he needs is some distraction to keep his mind off things. After your mom left, you were all over the place. That's why I built such a strict routine for you, so you wouldn't have time to think about her. Maybe you should do something similar.
I decided to give Dad's advice a shot, and the next morning, I walked to Charlie's room and woke him up. Get up! We're going out!
Is Arthur back?
No!
Then let me sleep and go away.
Nope! You're getting up right now! Charlie resisted, but I dragged him out of bed, and somehow we made it to the bus stop. He kept cursing me the whole way, but I didn't care. And minutes later, we were at our destination, the paintball arena.
I'm not going in there.
Why? Too chicken to lose?
As if you're on.
Charlie and I had a great time at the paintball game, and it was the first time I actually heard him laugh. Afterwards, we went to a trampoline park and jumped our hearts out. By the end, he was so tired he could barely walk. So I called a cab and took him to my favorite burger joint. But he just stood at the entrance and stared. What? You don't like burgers?
No, it's just that this was my favorite place to come with my mom. Every weekend we come here and play our favorite songs at the jukebox machine. And now she doesn't even call me, and Arthur's left me too.
Arthur will be back in no time, I promise you. He loves you a lot, Charlie, and no matter what, we'll always be here for you.
You too?
Yes, me too! Charlie cried and hugged me tight. For the first time, I saw him as a heartbroken kid who just wanted his family back. Since then, Charlie warmed up to me. We'd have breakfast together, and he would always make my bed when I got home from school. He was a lot calmer and hardly threw a tantrum. I couldn't wait for Arthur to come back and see how much progress Charlie had made, but we still had no leads on him. I wanted to be strong, but with each passing day, my hopes of ever seeing him again were getting dimmer, and it broke my heart. Finally, one night, I broke down in front of Dad. I don't think Arthur is coming back, Dad. It's been weeks and no one knows where he is. If he was in town, we would have found him by now. And Charlie? He's lost his mom and might lose his brother too. What can I even say to him?
What?
I turned around and saw Charlie standing at the door.
You've been telling me all along the police will find him. You said you were sure.
No, I'm sure. He's fine. Charlie, I was just...
Stop lying. Why do all grown-ups lie so much? I hate you. All of you.
And Charlie just ran out of the house. Dad said he'd go after him. And as I was sitting in the kitchen, in despair, the phone suddenly rang. It was the police, saying they'd found Arthur in a hospital close to town. I rushed the location and texted Dad on the way. The doctors at the hospital told me that Arthur was brought in a few days back by the forest rangers. Apparently, he went on a hike and got injured. And since then, he'd been in a coma. I was sitting next to him when Charlie walked in with Dad.
How is he?
He hit his head, but he's out of danger. Doctors say there's a very good chance he'll be just fine. Charlie, promise me, no matter what happens, you and I will never fight again.
I promise I will never scream again, and I will always be a good brother. He will wake up, right?
What do you think?